What's going on today, YouTube? What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at something that I picked up at a local Renaissance fair today, and it's Geralt of Rivia base. So with that being said, let's do the intro and let's get started.
Behold, my stuff.
All right, so my wife and I went to a Renaissance fair today in Connecticut. We went to the, I believe it was called I think it's just called the Robin Hood Renaissance Fair, but it's a company that puts on the Robin and Marion Renaissance Fair, which is usually held in Lebanon. This one was held elsewhere, but we gave it a shot. We checked it out. We see what was going on. I went as Geralt of Rivia, and it was a really good experience. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people threw quarters at me, which like aggressively, which was kind of weird. And I even ran into Randall Piper, who was one of the minstrels there. He actually got to play that song for the Witcher premiere, of course, the Ballad of the White Wolf, and we got to sing it together, which was really cool. It was fun for me, and I've posted that on my Instagram page. If you're interested, you can check that out there. I've also tagged him on Facebook. So I was sporting my custom Geralt of Rivia sword, and this was a mold that I made with Make Mia. This model was done by my friend Gavin at Make Mia, and we worked on this design together, and it's very, very close to the design for the show. And I love this thing, but obviously it's not gold plated. This was a 3D file. This cross guard was a 3D file. The handle is a 3D file. And then the blade is just some random toy sword that I pulled out of Spirit of Halloween. And it's just meant to be a placeholder. It's nice, it's light. It can go around for cons and stuff like that, and I don't get in trouble. While I was there, guy at the sword shop, Geralt! Geralt of Rivia! I turn around, I'm like, wow. And he says, check this out. And it was a high quality carbon steel sword, and I had to pick it up. And so I decided to purchase said sword. So this was the one that I made, and then you can see here, this is the actual one. So I like this one a lot. I have seen this online. It's very, very sexy. It's got a very nice detail and setup. The pommel's very beautiful. There are slight accuracy things, like for example, this has a little bit of text in between two of the ropes that is not present here, but it's not gonna be 100% accurate. The brooch, which you can see, is not 100% accurate either, but it's very, very close. But I have to tell you, it was very affordable and has a nice grip to it. Very beautiful scabbard. Love me a detailed fantasy sword scabbard. So we've got nice detailing down here, nice detailing up here, very nice gunmetal finish with a nice shine. The blade itself is high carbon steel, and it's very, very sexy. In terms of balance, it's not at all. Like, it's balanced, let's see, maybe 6 inches out. So it's balanced maybe 6 inches out in front of the handle. So it's not a functional blade in that sense. You're not going to go dueling with it, but you're not supposed to. You can see it has the gap. It has the backside of Renfri's brooch, but it's got the nice, very nice etching into the handle. You can see that beautiful etching. Looks really good, actually. This is gold plated. These are all, there's no resin on here. This is all steel. This is, I don't know if it's aluminum or if it's cast brass and plated with nickel and then what. But the only thing is like the black gem should be green, but it's fine. And it's got runes etched into the blade. It's a beautiful piece. And you know me, I'm not huge into collecting real swords all the time, because you can't really do anything with them except display them. I am going to display this one with my my Witcher necklace. I'm going to actually create a mount, and I'm actually going to take my spare Geralt necklace and mount it on there so I can display it in the scabbard or without the scabbard. I may create a mount next to it, so I'm going to make a wooden display for this. But it's very nicely balanced. There's really no complaint on this. It doesn't have the detailed like snake skin that Geralt's has, which is that really interesting leather. It's a nice rubber, so it feels good. It's two-hand. It's long, so you can see the length. It's a lot closer to really real length. And at my height, it's probably pretty similar to the length that Henry uses on the show. I don't know exactly. But considering the cost, you know, we're talking under $150 for a sword like this. It's not going to be a one-to-one perfectly accurate, but considering how much detail is there, and considering it's a metal sword, it's incredible. I apologize. You all know what that sound is. That's my dog with his ball underneath. He's squeaking. Come here, buddy. Give me that. So, if you're on this channel, you've seen this a number of times. This is my dog's, and he's down there right now playing with this. So sorry about the squeaks. Here you go. Squeak it up, buddy. So, this is the sword of Geralt of Rivia. Baba. This is his regular sword. This is not his silver sword, which is what he uses to slay most of the monsters. This is his go-to sword for fighting humans. It contains Renfri's brooch, which is mounted. They simulated the bolts, so there aren't actually brass pins mounting this. This is probably glued on, which I'm fine with. But it's a very beautiful sword. It does have a, at the base there, if I can get this just right, stainless steel made in China. And so it's very, very small. You can barely see it. And it'll buff up nice. It'll look really good. I'm really, really happy with it. I can't wait to clean it up and really get it looking sexy. And the runes are etched. They're laser printed onto it. So laser etched on. Very, very standard practice now with a lot of replica blades. You see it on the Master Swords a lot that are out. Really good spring in the steel. Very nice. Not going to do any stress tests or anything with it like that. It's just a display piece, but I really like how sexy this looks. And a lot of people have display swords. They'll have Conan's sword, or they'll have, a lot of the Game of Thrones sword, Jon Snow's sword. I think I'm going to put up the Witcher because it's just, it's a costume that's really kind of served me well the last few times I've worn it. I've done some really nice shoots with it, and I had a really good experience at the Ren Fair. I got as close as I ever will to singing with the real Jaxier. So that was a lot of fun. And it just looks really beautiful in the scabbard. And if I ever want to do a high-end photo shoot again, if I get a slightly less Gandalfian wig, I would not be against taking the photos with this sword, or if I actually build the Season 2 armor, which is a lot easier to build than the Season 1, then I could do that. And I would definitely mount this sword and use it in the shoot. So, really happy with this. Really enjoy it. Highly recommend picking one up if you've seen this. Flanagan, you're killing me with the squeak, buddy. I very much would encourage anybody to pick up their Geralt of Rivia metal replica sword. It's probably one of the sexiest metal replicas I've come across. So, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. And stay tuned for other videos. Hopefully you've enjoyed some of the other videos I've put up. Reviewing my Brett's Groovy Chainsaw and some of the other cool things I've got going on. I will be putting up another video focusing on a custom Motu figure I got, which has now become Conan the Barbarian, and I'm excited to show that too. So stay tuned, they'll come.